Welcome back. It's A to Z here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Appreciate you guys making A to Z your first listen every single day. Make sure you check out all of the great shows we have here on Locked On Sports Atlanta, hitting hard with John Chuckery, ATL Day Ones, Jarvis Davis, Tanisha Batiste, as well as our Braves postcast. As I'm forgetting, I'm trying to say my good buddy Grant McCauley, our Braves postcast with Grant McCauley every single day after Braves games. Don't forget about Locked On Falcons and Locked On Hawks with Aaron Freeman and Brad Rowland, respectively. Appreciate you guys supporting the Locked On Sports Atlanta network. Just so many great people here. We're certainly happy that you guys have chosen to make Locked On Sports Atlanta part of your daily sports listen. Give me a follow on Twitter at Mark Zinno, MarkZinno. Of course, at Locked On ATL on Twitter as well. All right, Hawks game 5 tonight against the Miami Heat. It is not going to be pretty. All that's left to do really is for the Heat to put the Hawks out of their misery. They have been thoroughly dominated on both ends of the floor. They've been thoroughly outcoached. Nate McMillan has kind of gotten a schooling from Eric Spoelstra throughout the entire series. It hasn't been good. All that's left to do really is for the Hawks to get finished off by the Heat. And I think it happens in 5 games. I've kind of said from the beginning it was a gentleman's sweep. We talked yesterday, just had the reality. Miami's just better than Atlanta. I don't think there's any other way to say it. I don't think anybody should really be that upset. I don't think your expectation should have been to get past this Heat team. Other than being super fanatical and not objective, the Heat objectively were a better team than the Hawks, and they've given them trouble during the regular season, and they certainly have done that in the postseason. So I don't say all that just to kind of rub it in, but it just, for me, I think the series ends tonight. However, what I also think happens tonight is that Trae Young has a relatively good night. Relatively good. Like, I don't think he'll get 35, but I think he'll be in the high 20s, maybe even 30. I know this much objectively from watching Trae. I think deep in the back of his mind, Trae knows that his team isn't good enough to win this series, and I think that's okay. I think athletes are humans like everybody else. They kind of know, and if they still genuinely had a shot and they still believe it, I think we would see a different output on the court. And they're getting beat kind of resoundingly, and that's okay. But I also know that Trae is not going to go down without a fight. I know that he's not going to allow himself to have a single-digit scoring night. I think Trae's going to start really hot. I think he's going to give his team a chance to win this thing. I think they're going to stay in the game. Ultimately, I think that Miami wins it, but the Hawks keep it closer than the 7.5 points that they're getting because Trae Young is going to carry his team and make sure that they're close enough. He's been getting beat up and covered and smothered, and he's like Waffle House hash browns at this point, scattered, smothered, and covered. And that's what Trae has been the whole series. And so that's fine. But I think Trae tonight will find a way to make shots early, get in a groove early, and keep his team in the game while Miami is struggling. I still think Miami wins the game initially, but nonetheless, I would put my money on Miami to win the game, but the Hawks to cover. And then we start the offseason and figure out where they go from here. Touched on that a little bit yesterday. You can go back and listen to that. And again, I'll ask the question. I'm not giving an answer. I will ask the question if you missed yesterday's show. Is Nate McMillan the guy to get this team to the next level? It's a fair question to ask. I don't have the answer yet, and I don't think you should either. But I just want to put the question out there in the ethos to figure out if that really is something that we need to start to address in the coming offseason. So best of luck to the Hawks tonight in Game 5. And remember, good teams win, great teams cover. Go Hawks. That said, the Atlanta Braves will start a series tonight with the Chicago Cubs. And all the panic, got a day off because the Braves didn't play last night. Thank God. Screaming. Somebody tweeted me, the Mets won again last night. Yeah, oh my God, we're 5.5 games out. Stop. The Mets are not going to continue to play 700 baseball. Nobody plays 700 baseball. It's really, really tough. Like the best records ever weren't playing 700 baseball. The 1998 Yankees that won 125 games didn't play 700 baseball. Well, I think they did. But other than that, so it's just not going to happen. The Mets will come back and the Braves will go up. It's going to be fine. Ronald Acuna's appearance in Gwinnett yesterday was delayed, so they didn't play. And now we have to wait more for Acuna to get. Acuna is supposed to be here May 6th, and I'm totally happy with that. I'm totally okay. They can survive another week. It's going to be fine. It's going to be really fine. In fact, well, I guess I have to survive 2 more weeks, but regardless. There's no reason to panic about the Atlanta Braves. I keep telling you guys that, and I'm just going to wait. I'm going to keep reminding you, pump the brakes, settle down, relax. It's all going to be okay. There's no reason to get upset. Everything's going to be fine. Don't be upset about the Braves like people who are upset about Elon Musk buying Twitter. How's that sound? Is that a fair enough comparison? I don't know. You see, Elon Musk bought Twitter, and I think I likened it to this comparison. People are losing their minds on this. I'm not really sure why. And some of you say, well, it's because you're a right-wing conservative. Whatever. Anyway, that's ridiculous. Nonetheless, I think Twitter, in and of itself, and Elon Musk hopes Twitter users are essentially the same as NFL fans. That it doesn't really matter what they do. It doesn't really matter how they change their product. It doesn't really matter, what bad stuff they do. They got their hooks in you, and you're staying around. That's the NFL, right? Like no one's tuning the NFL out. I don't really know. And again, Twitter is like the smallest of all the social media platforms. Definitely smaller than Facebook, Instagram. I don't know about TikTok and some of the other ones, but regardless, I think there's only like less than 10% of America is on Twitter, or like only 10% of America is on Twitter. So it's not that large comparatively speaking. And I think Twitter's got its hooks in all of us. It's got its hooks in me. I just enjoy the scrolling. I enjoy the crazy stuff you see on that godforsaken app, and it is bad. Although I did see somebody on Twitter say that Elon Musk should buy MTV and restart music videos. That I'm here for, 100%. That's what I want. I want more MTV back. Let's get back MTV Raps. Let's bring back Cribs. Heck, let's bring back what's that? House of Run's House, right? With Run DMC. I think it's called Run's House. It used to be on MTV. You can leave Jersey Shore. We don't need those guys anymore. They're good. But bring back the music videos. I'm all down for that. All right, that'll do it for us here on A to Z here on this Tuesday. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for making A to Z your first listen every day. Make your next listen Hitting Hard with John Chuckery, Atlanta Sports Talk with John Chuckery every day and anytime. He gives the real fans take on Atlanta sports. Hitting Hard with John Chuckery, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta, free on YouTube and wherever you search your podcasts. Search Locked On Sports Atlanta. You guys have a great day. Don't take any crap from anybody. See ya.